So you're over 50, you're single, and you're thinking about getting back out there. It can feel, well, it can feel like you've landed on a different planet. But honestly, it's also a massive opportunity. So let's treat this as your friendly roadmap, your guide to navigating the modern dating world with a bit more confidence. Ready?
Does this hit close to home? This is a real comment from a Reddit forum, and it's just so raw and honest. It perfectly captures that feeling so many people have, that little bit of anxiety, maybe even confusion about what dating looks like at this age. If you've ever felt anything like this, believe me, you are so not alone.
In fact, check this out. About 1 in every 3 adults over 50 is single. So that feeling that might seem really personal, maybe even a little isolating, it's not. It's actually a huge shared experience. You're part of a massive community of people figuring out this exact same chapter of life, right alongside you.
Okay, let's just get this out of the way first. Dating today is absolutely nothing like it was in our 20s or 30s. The technology, the etiquette, the expectations, pretty much the whole game has changed. And you know what? That's okay. It's not a bad thing. It's just a new game with a new set of rules to learn.
You know, there's this idea that online dating is a young person's game, but the actual numbers tell a completely different story. The single fastest growing group on these apps and websites? Yep, it's people over 50. So this isn't some leftover space we're trying to fit into. It's become a primary, really powerful tool for us to find a real connection.
And when you look at who's actually using these apps, the numbers are kind of all over the place. Some studies say about 1/5 of people in this age group have given it a shot, while others say it's more like 1/3. But either way, that means a whole lot of people haven't dipped their toes in yet. And that's fine. This just shows there's no right or wrong way to be doing this. Whether you're already swiping or you're just thinking about it, you're in good company.
All right, before you even think about writing a profile or picking a place for a first date, the most important part of this whole journey starts right here, with you. We're going to shift our focus from the outside world of dating to the most crucial first step there is, getting ready on the inside.
This is the question that changes everything. See, the goal isn't just to find somebody. The real goal is to build a life that you genuinely love and then find someone who adds to that amazing life. When you shift your focus from I need to find a partner to I need to understand myself, the entire game changes. So how do we actually do that? Well, it starts with stuff like this. Really getting clear on what matters to you, dealing with the baggage from past relationships so it doesn't show up uninvited later on, and building a life that's already full of friends, hobbies, and passions. This isn't about becoming perfect. It's about setting yourself up for a healthy partnership, not one that's just filling a void.
And this quote, wow, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of why all that inner work is so important. Look, the fear of being alone is real, and it can make you want to settle. But trust me, the loneliness you feel inside the wrong relationship is 100 times worse than being single. Your peace is everything.
Okay, so you've done some thinking, you're feeling more grounded, you're clear on what you want. Now it's time for the fun part. It's time to actually put yourself out there. So let's get into the practical side of things, the nitty-gritty of making a great first impression.
Think of your online profile as your digital handshake. And the most important rule is just be you. That means using recent photos. Yes, photos that look like you now, not 10 years ago at your cousin's wedding. And tell a little story. What makes you tick? What are you excited about? The idea is to be authentic, not to list your flaws. And just remember, the whole point of the app is to get off the app. It's just a launch pad to a real-life conversation.
Now, once you get to that first date, the conversation is pretty much everything. On one side, you have the total turnoffs, right? Bad-mouthing your ex, bragging, just talking about yourself the whole time. But on the other side, you've got the winning attitude. Just be present, listen more than you talk, smile, and don't be afraid to be a little bit vulnerable. People connect with what's real, not with the performance.
And look, let's talk about appearance for a second. Of course it matters. But this is not about trying to look 25 again or being someone you're not. It's just about showing respect for yourself and for the person you're meeting. Clean, well-fitting clothes, good grooming, it just sends a really simple message. I care enough to make an effort.
Okay, so you're starting to make some connections. This is where it's so important to keep your eyes open. All those years of life experience, they've given you a very finely tuned, let's call it a nonsense detector. It's time to really start trusting it. Let's talk about a few of the big red flags to watch for.
First up, this is a big one. Unresolved baggage.
So, you're on a date, and the other person spends the entire time complaining about their ex or blaming everyone else for their problems. That is a huge warning sign. It's basically telling you they haven't healed, and there's a good chance they're going to repeat those exact same patterns with you.
Next, let's talk about money. Now, you're obviously not exchanging tax returns on a first date, but you got to pay attention. If someone is super secretive about their work or their finances, and this is a major one, if they start asking you for money, that's a serious red flag. Being on the same page financially is a really big deal at this stage of life.
And this one is completely non-negotiable, disrespecting your boundaries. If someone is pushing you for anything, to get physical too soon, to meet their entire family on date 3, or just ignoring your need for your own time and space, that shows a real lack of respect. A good, healthy partner will always hear and honor your no.
All right, so you've made it through the first few dates, you haven't seen any giant, waving red flags, and there's a genuine spark there. Awesome. So, how do you take that promising little spark and help it grow into something real and meaningful?
The magic word here is pacing. It is so tempting, especially when the chemistry is off the charts, to just dive into the deep end. But rushing the physical side of things can sometimes create a kind of illusion of intimacy, and it can overshadow the deeper emotional connection you're trying to build. Building that foundation first, that's what makes it last.
So it really boils down to these 4 things. Be open and honest in your communication. Don't wait for your boundaries to get crossed, set them early. Let things unfold at a natural pace without forcing it. And most important of all, listen to your gut. That intuition of yours, it knows what it's talking about.
I just love this quote because it's such a simple but powerful way to check in with yourself. Forget the pros and cons list for a second and just ask, who am I when I'm with this person? Do they make me feel like the best version of myself? Do I feel smarter, funnier, more confident? If the answer is yes, well, you're probably on the right track.
So let's just reframe this whole thing, shall we? Dating after 50 is not a chore, it's not a race. It really is an adventure. It's a chance to meet interesting people, to learn a ton about yourself, and hopefully to have some real fun along the way. The goal isn't just about finding the one, it's about enjoying the whole journey of connecting with people.
We've talked about the new landscape, the importance of knowing yourself, the rules of the road. You've got the map in your hands now. So the only real question left is, what adventure are you going to choose next?